Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play the Stanley Parable. In the last episode, the four endings we got were the freedom ending, which is the best ending you want, the coward ending, which is close the door to the office at the start of the beginning, or at the start of the game. We got the not Stanley ending, which is the unplug the phone, the choice one. Yeah. So yeah. And then the fourth ending we got was the powerful ending, which is jump off the edge to your death. And this, can you still see the game? Mostly. Hold on. There we go. I just needed to get the console open. So, the next ending, if you type SV underscore cheat 1 oh. What is it? What is it? Cheats? I don't get this.
Perhaps he had simply missed
Okay.
the memo.
I fixed it. Whatever happened. Next one I'm going to do is
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He entered the door on his left. No, I didn't. I
This
entered the
was
door on my
not the
right.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking
The
at
ladder.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story... Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Yay, that was the cold feet ending. That's ending number 5. And next what I'm going to have to do is if I quit and press the tilde key, I'll open the console. We type SV underscore cheats 1. What now?
Stanley, this is me being serious.
Uh.
In fact, this is my serious room. It's where I come to be serious.
I need to
That
turn
table is
it
the most serious table I could find.
Uh.
I looked at many tables, hundreds of tables. It's possible I looked at over 1,000 tables. I honestly don't know.
Wow.
The specific number isn't as important
Dedication.
as the understanding that of all tables I looked at, this one is the most serious. I relate this story to impress upon you the extent to which this is the most serious room I have, which is why I brought you here. You just tried to activate server cheats, which of course runs the risk of breaking the entire game. You've got no respect for the strict order of scripted narrative events, and I just can't have that. It's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things, but now we're in the room. Which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. Perhaps after that, we can talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go.
And that's that ending. That's it. That's the serious room ending. Begin the game again. So what next?
Already
next
this
what
was
I'll do
uncomfortable,
is...
and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Here's a little, here's a funny ending you can do. How do I get onto this? I know you can get onto this desk. Oh, I need to check this. You're supposed to be able to get up onto this chair. There we go. And if you crouch, you can... And you crouch by pressing Control. Crouch, you can actually, leave this. This is called the out-of-the-window ending.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
I don't know. Am I sick of this?
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. Once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old, and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong, and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
No thanks. I'm done with that. Now I'm going to show you what happens if you click no.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Shut up.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Come on, get out the freaking window. Thank you.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag
This is
takes
funny.
some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had
This
selected
one.
continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I'm gonna play like normal. So now that was one ending. That was the out of the window ending. Well, what the
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whiteboard ending! Whiteboard ending. Yeah. This disables me to get another ending, so I'm going to restart.
Wait,
So
Stanley
now-
thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Okay, next, what we're going to do. Yeah, so. Whoops. I've inputted that, so now I have to restart the game. Next.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped?
Shut up!
coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
423. Beep. Restart. Next up
All of his
is
co-workers were gone.
pretty far
What
from
did it
here,
mean?
or well, fairly
Stanley
far.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, now this is taking a while.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered
Okay.
the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. That's. Oops. That's that. Lily.
All of his
Okay.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Next is
Stanley decided to go to the
434.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed the memo. No matter how hard
Lily. And finally, last one. Stanley's computer. Oh gosh. Lily, where are we going? Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. So many buttons. So many buttons. Oh my god. And they're colorful. There are 6 rows of spinning colored buttons. And it's beautiful. But I have better things to do. So that was the heaven ending. So firstly, how long has this gone? How long has this gone on for? For about 15 minutes.
someone was following
So next what I'm
Stanley.
gonna do-
He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
And all the papers. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for, let's see, which endings have we gotten here? We've gotten the, oh, I have a good one next.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I forgot. Which end am I going for again? I think I want to go.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
No, I didn't. Down we go.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go. From here, it's left.
Okay.
Oh no, it's to the right. I'm mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Let's see. We went down, right, left, down, right. Yep. Okay. Yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Let's go.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. We just back to it's all rubbish now. Whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track. Okay, from the top.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When
Doors.
Wait.
What the?
Wait, what?
Oh gosh.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Where am I going? What the? I don't understand this at all. I don't get this.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again. But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, I was having so much fun. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's worse. I'm not remembering this wrong. It's possible
Oh gosh.
back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Look. Lil, I doubt we're ever gonna get anywhere with this.
Aha! I knew
What?
we missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay.
Now this...
Now what is this?
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this a story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right.
Wait a minute, how long have we been recording for? No, not that. 21 minutes. A little more.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
No.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Lil, what the hell? Now what are you doing?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay. 4B4, 4BD4,
You see,
4BD7.
the line knows where the
4
story
question mark
is.
D8.
It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Nope. Here's a thought.
Okay.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
On the walls.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured
Oh,
into
gosh.
being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself?
Time out. It is not via. It is via. I just wanted to get that out of the way. VIA. Via.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah! Da 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 Let's go! Financial records.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. And we're going to continue following this line next time on Let's Play the Stanley Parable. I'm just kidding. That'd be rude of me.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Okay. try this. Keep following. Oh gosh.
No. Again, line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Let's restart.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what, Stanley? I'd say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. This all sounds perfectly doable.
Sorry,
Why
I
don't
was
we simply
just doing
start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Opening door number 437. Okay, let's go.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
We're going in
What do you want our
circles.
story to be? Get wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
40. Yeah, sometimes the narrative
No,
does
not
that.
you again. Stanley,
God
I'd
damn it.
also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. It should be fine.
I love how we had to trademark it. He trademarks everything to do with the adventure line. Bye.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, just ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Am I going here? Okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Oh, gosh.
Listen. The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank, simply it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like
Goes
this.
your other
It
way.
won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped. Does that mean did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Okay. With that was the confusion ending. So I think we're going to end this off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Stanley Parable. See you guys next time for more. Take care, and yeah. Bye-bye, guys.